Welcome to the Men of Action Network. The Men of Action Network is a life coaching system designed to support men's needs towards accurate living. For short, we call it MOAN. Welcome to our podcast. Today's segment will be called Sins of the Father, where we'll explore the long-term effect of bad decisions and choices made upon generations. Sit back and enjoy. Guys, what's that old saying that says hope deferred makes the heart sick?
Yeah, makes the heart sick.
Well, what about hope denied?
Well, I would say something, but
I get you pissed off, huh?
Yeah.
But veto, you know?
That's hard. Hope denied.
mm-hmm.
Because once hope dies,
but you know, when we talk about hope, Jesus came to give us hope, and as long as we stand with God, we always got hope.
But I'm a beg into this way.
We got hope.
We got hope, but I can't see it.
yeah, it's not tangible.
I can't
Right.
hope. I can't drive it.
Mm-hmm.
I got hope, but she's not in my arms.
Mm-hmm.
I got hope, but there's no money in the bank.
Mm-hmm.
I got hope, but you know, I'm pissed off right now because I ain't got what I need.
Serious.
And so we deal in this area of hope, but then maybe you think you found your hope.
I would say
Was that her name?
no. Don't put hope in a physical person or a material thing.
What did she find?
That might be different.
No, but the truth is, for most of us, hope is something that's tangible, not necessarily something that you can't see. If I have a beacon of what I think I want or where I need to be, and I can see a picture of it, then that becomes somewhat tangible because.
So what you're saying is that hope denied destroyed your picture.
It does, because now I have no point of reference, and human beings need some type of reference point, some type of imagination. The imagination is going to be based off something that I previously saw to springboard off that to create something else.
So you're saying that the mind can be conditioned by images, or the heart conditioned by images.
Yes.
That we then place other things upon.
Yeah.
Okay? And then by placing those other things upon it, we kind of build stairs or ladders or roads
right.
towards what we're trying to do.
Right.
Okay? So goal setting, mapping out.
Legos.
Legos.
No, for real. No, it seems simple, but
You have a son, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Okay.
That's where that comment came from.
Legos.
Okay.
It's in a whole bunch of pieces.
Which, by the way, guys, you probably went, what the heck are they talking about? We're talking about Spurned trust. We were trying to gather which hand to put on it, and the conversation of hope came up. Because I think, again, the scripture in the Bible says hope deferred. In other words, deferred to wait on it can make the heart sick.
Yes.
So, Reverend, tell us about the sick heart.
Sick heart?
Sick heart.
No hope.
Well, that was a very brief definition.
No, the thing about it is, a lot of times we put our heart into tangible or materialistic things. And what happens to those tangible or materialistic things? They can be destroyed.
Okay.
They can be wiped out.
Okay.
So what happened to our heart?
So you mean when John left,
You got it.
John took my picture off the wall.
That's right.
He took my picture of
Your hope.
tomorrow.
Because
Okay.
you had put everything in John, but you forgot yourself.
Well, what about John putting everything into her?
That's why John left. She pregnant.
No, it sounds funny, but to some degree that's true because we all place pictures as to what we perceive that life will be or should be with the person that you're with. And when they're gone, that picture, that image that you had in your mind as to what your today, what your tomorrow, and what your future is, that's torn.
But
Yes.
You know?
I think it's even more than that we put into it. We were talking a little bit earlier off camera about having a cylinder with two cylinders next to it. And in the one cylinder on the right, there's green gas. Blue gas. And on the cylinder on the, don't you hate when you do that, when you tell the end before you get to it?
Yeah.
Anyway, on the cylinder on the right, there's a yellow gas. And then when you let both gases in to the cylinder, they mix and become green. Well, now let's characterize the first cylinder as John. And the next cylinder on the other side, on the right side, let's call it Sally. So John, Sally meet, right? They get busy, right? And so that's the gases coming into the main cylinder in the middle. And they begin to mix. They don't mix and stay blue or yellow. They mix and become green.
Right.
Okay? And the life of that relationship, no matter how tumultuous, or no matter how feeling exchanged, or no matter how I hear your body calling me, it's green. It stays green. Then what do you do when all of a sudden John says, I'm out? Or maybe it's the other way around. Sally says, John, it's been a nice ride, but I'm gone. What do you do?
All you can do is pick up the pieces.
But you can't tell what the pieces are.
I understand that,
Because
but you still got to pick them
It's a
up.
blending of colors.
Yeah, the blending of colors.
And no matter what you do, you can't put blue back into blue and
Or yellow back into yellow. Because
So,
you still got green.
yeah.
So you taking green with you into the future. So how do you break those ties?
Well, do you break them?
John gone or Sally gone. Somebody got to break something.
Is John going to ever be the rich blue that we used to know him as?
Never.
Will Sally ever be that sparkling yellow sunlight that we ever saw her as before? Or will she always carry some attribute of John? You know?
Each will carry an attribute of the other. Cause
Is that why you see some men switching down the street?
might be. I don't look that way.
Hey, it's craziness, but
Yeah.
So you're saying John leaves a little bit sallied,
Yep.
and Sally lives on,
A little bit of John.
feeling John, thinking John, doing things like John.
Might be. But still she gonna be Sally and John gonna be John. But the thing of it is, like I said, how do you break those ties?
But
A lot of times they just keep going into the future. If you don't move forward, you're going to stay stagnant. And you cannot live in the past because you can't change the past.
maybe the past is when I enjoyed the way we were.
But
But the song, come on. Memories like the corners of my mind, misty colored,
yes,
waters.
Yeah. It's Barbara Streisand.
Yeah, Streisand.
Yeah.
Of the way we were.
The way we
Yeah.
were.
Now shadowed pictures
Right.
of the times we left behind.
Mhm.
Smiles we gave to
Right. One another.
one another.
Yeah, something. Whatever it is.
Anyway,
yeah.
It's easy to say, move on with your life.
mm,
However, the time that you've spent with that person, the memories that you have created, the passions and things that you did, and the vacations, and how the person treats you. Even when sometimes it's abuse, you are left with parts of that on you. And if you didn't, when you get to the next person, when they do something similar like John, it wouldn't take you back to John. So there are still traces of John or Sally that you still have no matter what you do or say. So it's easy to say, okay, break it.
But that's why conflict arises.
But how do I break it?
Okay, but if all men are not John,
Or
and all women not Sally,
Right.
even though they could be the same height, the same shape, the same complexion, whatever else, they are different, right?
They are different.
Okay, so then what's the issue?
The memories of John or Sally, like what David just said.
So what you're really saying is that the souls
There you go.
combined,
Together.
Consciousness. Right.
combined, the consciousness
Soul
combined.
ties.
Soul ties.
Now, something I've heard said, and I believe it to be very true, is that there's no distance in the spirit. There's no distance in the spirit. In other words, that consciousness, even if it's on the other side of the world, is still connected to consciousness that's here.
Yep.
So now the two parties are connected universally. Maybe that's why the Bible says, until death do they part.
Right, because your consciousness and your spirit doesn't know time. It doesn't live in time.
Right.
Okay, now your humanity is based on time, but your consciousness and your spirit isn't governed by time.
But I guess what I'm saying is that if your consciousness leaves the earth, that's the only time that John can truly be John.
Well, right, because then there's no link. And even then, I don't know.
There can be memories.
Right.
But that's necromancy. Necromancy is when you like having sex with the dead.
Yeah, yeah.
So just so we all.
There are folks like that. Hey, just saying. But there are folks like
You
that.
mean Okoyono and John? She's here in New York and he's in West Heaven.
Well, yeah. Special people do special things. But yeah, it's most people don't know how to break from each other.
Right.
It's easy to leave each other, but to let go, that's a whole other dimension that we haven't even quite discussed or even touched the surface about.
But then so spurned trust. Spurned is when you what? Kick something out, throw it away,
Right.
or become negligent
Right.
with the way that you treat a relationship. You know, Sally felt like she was number one. She was first when John and her first began a relationship. But when Sally started looking around, you know, at the milkman and at whatever else at the grocery store, John began to feel like he was second fiddle. Is that a good way to say that? Just a few days ago, I encountered a situation where I saw a young lady on the street arguing with her boyfriend. With a little bit more investigation to find out what happened, it was because she asked another guy for information. Okay? And literally, he was like physically ready to punch her in the face over all this thing that had happened, because he was looking at her to come to him about whatever was going on, and she was looking around some other guy, and he took it as a slight to his position in a relationship. Some people would say, well, he's just an insecure guy. I don't know all the other detail,
Right.
but I do know that it sent, what she said was, this is the first time he's ever acted like this. It sent this guy into a position and place
Right.
that took him out
Out of character.
of his character.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's deep how much. I think that's how people always know when someone else is lying to them. Because now that you've mixed yourself with that person, you know what's true
Right, and what's not.
and what's not true.
And it's a lot easier for the female to know what's true than what's not true,
Mhm.
and a little harder for the male
Mhm.
because the female deals with emotion, and the male deals with logic.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
females in general are prone to detect patterns of behavior,
Yeah.
Mhm.
whereas men, that may not necessarily, well, that's not necessarily
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
But in general,
But we're a little slow in that area.
it's not that we're slow in that area. It's just that that's not a priority for
Right.
the male species
Right.
to be looking at every details.
Mhm.
We are more vision oriented. Females are more mission oriented. The steps it takes to get to the vision. That's females. Whereas men, it's about the big picture. It's about the
The big, right, where you're
Right.
going. I think though, when you then study the idea of being spurned, being pushed aside, left aside, being abused,
Kick to the curb.
then you also have to deal with what's your reaction to it.
Mhm.
If you've been spurned, so you also spurn. You see, because we're dealing with the issue of spurn and trust,
Right.
which is a part of the bigger series, the sins of the father.
Right.
And I've been noticing men today who kind of feel like, well, shucks, she's doing that, I'm gonna do that too. You know, you can't trust women today. Women act just like men.
Some cases. But anyway,
What kind of cases you talking about, Cleo?
that's no mention. But a long time ago, my mother used to tell me some things, and can't judge a book by its cover, stuff like that.
Right.
And when it comes to trust,
Mhm.
you have to be careful who you trust or who you give your heart to.
Mhm.
That person may be speaking what you want to hear because you told them what you want to hear.
Right. Yeah, good.
And-
That's very good.
And because you told them, hey, I just want to get into those drawers, so,
Mhm.
and you done told me what you want and what you like, hey, I'm going to tell it back to you.
But I mean, women are addressing that every day.
That's true.
Every day, you making your booty pop, and so we can see your booty, and you want us to see your booty, and you want us to want what's there, And I think that's the shame of it.
Yeah.
We say we don't want to be like that, but we are like that. We've made taboo this idea of being sexual, but at the same time, we really want to exploit it. So we're on both sides of the issue all the time, which is already saying your head is divided.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's this taboo stuff? We done took the boo out. We just said tap it.
Well, that's the truth too. I mean, look, you see people today that, even advertised the other day, there's these jeans that ladies can wear and buy for like $70 some odd that basically don't have a leg in them. The leg is cut out except for the seam, all the way down to the part that goes around at the bottom hem. And it's got the zipper, the thighs are out, the butt is out,
You call them jeans?
But that's my point. And you don't pay $77 for that. $77.83, whatever the number was. But why would you pay to be undressed?
Good point.
And if you wanted us just to see you as a sex object, and I think this is where spurn trust starts.
Mhm.
You look like a treat, you look like a snack. You don't look like somebody to be with forever.
So as we used to say, this is somebody we don't want to take home to mama.
Well,
The problem is,
mama don't care today.
yeah.
That's true.
See, the
Today.
problem is when your expectation
Mm-hmm.
meets your reality and they don't line up, somebody is gonna feel I got shafted in the mix.
Yep.
Because what I expect and what's real isn't quite what I thought they should be.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't quite gel.
Right.
So therefore now I'm in it and I'm thinking, oh boy, I'm gonna have to get out of this.
Okay, but getting out of it is
You know?
the issue.
Mm-hmm.
What builds trust?
Trust, you have to earn trust. And in order to earn trust, your character has to be a certain way for a certain person.
Okay.
But see, your character is you. Look at your character as something that you believe in, and you will not compromise on it.
Well, character then plus actions.
Okay.
Okay, because we always say in our world that we live in, action speaks louder than words. Okay,
Yes.
so you said, "Baby, I love you." Then how does
love look?
love look? How do you show love?
Well, it depends. Some people like flowers, some like candy, some like clothes, some like cars, some like
Yeah, but that's all a supposition,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Because honestly, the flowers and all, it's stuff.
He used a big word, supposition.
No, for real.
What about that big word you used earlier?
What word? What word? I don't have big words.
No, look,
I was born by the rivers.
In a little ocean.
yeah, by Mississippi, right? Look at this. From boys growing up, okay, women like flowers and like nice things, the games you play, women with their dolls, and they learn these kind of social skills and colors and all these different things. So as you get older, you have bought into a system that was predetermined by society and whoever was in your sphere of influence. Okay, so when you get older and you hear what this woman or this man, what they expect, you start to give the expectation not from your vantage point, but from their vantage point, because I'm buying you the flowers. I know you like to receive gifts. I know you want the quality time. I know you want all these different things, but it's not really.
So in other words, we're selling each other a bill of goods.
Of course it is.
And at the end of the day, I wasn't really satisfied when we took the walk on the beach, because where I really wanted to be was in the casino. Or I wasn't satisfied when we had dinner because I really wanted to be in bed, and so forth.
And we do this all the time with each other, because what I got from her was not quite what I really wanted. And I'm thinking, okay.
I'm sorry, my brain was dead.
No, it's real. It's real.
Yeah.
Because we're talking.
Right.
It's not quite what I wanted. And now I have to figure out, is this something I want to live with?
Well, I mean,
Or not.
You said, well,
Okay.
Well, I mean, I've met women and men. He was all right in bed, but he wasn't all that. Why? Because back to John. John did a trick that Sally liked, and now either Brad now has to perform John's trick and do it better, or he's going to always be sex was all right.
But then you're comparing.
But well, you can't help it though.
But we all do it.
I understand that.
We all
But
do
see,
it.
the thing about it is, if Sally liked a particular trick, how did John find out about it?
Well, I mean, John may have stumbled upon it, but stumbled. Anyway, but no,
Slipped.
it could have been in the light. But anyway, the point is though that if John walks away with part of Sally and Sally walks away with part of John, there's no way possible that now Patricia can fit into John the way she's supposed to fit into John.
Right.
There's no way that Billy now can be with Sally the way he's really supposed to be able to be with Sally, because no matter what is being said here, Sally is always interrupted by what John had
Right.
arrested development.
Right.
And, well, no, it is.
I like that.
Because no, you cannot get a relationship that can mature to where it's supposed to mature without somebody else being there who's
Right.
never was supposed to be there.
Right.
Now,
And,
wait a minute.
and vice versa. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now you're saying that perhaps I should abstain from sexual activity until I find the right person.
That's the conclusion, but this is the problem in between. In the problem in between, I've experimented with Sally, with Rachel,
Cindy,
with Cindy, with Phyllis,
Niqua.
with Shaniqua, Shaquita, her sister, and now I have all these experiences. Now I meet Darlene, and Darlene is the person I'm really supposed to be with. But now I have to climb through this myriad of mindsets of schizophrenia that have now become a part of who I am because I identify in multiple ways.
Right.
And now this pattern has trapped into me that now Darlene is a loving woman. She likes cooking dinner. She don't mind cleaning the house. Okay? She doesn't mind waiting on me while I play a video game. Okay? She's just cool like that. She's down with me. We go to the mall together. She shops. I hang out with her. But I can't quite stop looking around because
I'm used to looking around.
But that. Ooh,
oh my God.
girl, she got it.